What is going on, everyone? Happy Friday and welcome back to the channel. My name is Hearts, and today I'll be going over some of the best bets that we were getting on today's NBA Prize Picks Forward, as well as a few other sports. Going to be going through the best value bets, the best odds bets, all that good stuff on the board today. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We hit another clean 2-0 sweep last night. So the past three videos, we've gone 2-0, 2-0, and 2-0. That's right, 6-0 overall. You can call me Kobe, you can call me Shaq, because we're going back to back to back. But don't want that to get to you guys' heads or my head. Everything could change. We can go 0-2 tonight. But if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Hit that like button and subscribe. Do appreciate all the likes and the support. And let's get into this breakdown. As always, make sure to follow me here on Twitter for any updates at HeartDFS. I also have a DraftKings video out today for NBA DFS. Make sure to check that out. But as I mentioned, beginning of the video, we hit the over once again. We went 2-0. Mikal Bridges over there, and then Russell over as well. So three three sweeps in a row, 6-0 over the past three videos. So great streak there. But as I mentioned, it could all come to an end tonight. We can go 0-2 tonight. So not trying to get everyone's hopes up, saying that we're gonna hit another 2-0 sweep, go 8-0 the past four videos. But that's the goal, and hopefully we can do that. But just want to point out that today's board is absolutely wild, especially for the NBA, just because there is just so many games that have huge blowout risks. There's a ton of people who are question marks and with injuries today, stars sitting out, all that stuff. And as you can see here, the Pacers Celtics, 12-point spread. Spurs Wizards, 8. Pistons Raptors, 14.5. Rockets Grizzlies, 13. Hornets Mavs, 14. Bucks Jazz, 9.5. Wouldn't be surprised if that goes up even more. And then the last four games are all pretty close as of right now. We'll have to wait and see. But even those could blow out. So it's just one of those things. Obviously, these games could stay close as well. You never know. But there's just a lot of question marks and uncertainty on this board today. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm going to be betting lights just because of that. I don't feel great about it, but if you do feel great about it, then you can definitely go for it. But the board I will be using and the dashboard I've been using for all these picks to help me with my research so far has been rungoodprops.com, as you guys can see here. Once again, that is rungoodprops.com. And if you guys want 50% off your first month, you can click the link down below, but 50% off your first month, just put in the code HART, H-A-R-T. You'll see like a discount coupon. You click on that, it'll open up a box where you put H-A-R-T and you get 50% off your first month. So definitely check that out, because as you can see, it's a fantastic website. Has all the player prop sites, has the sports books as well. If you just want to do straight sportsbook betting, value bets, arbitrage bets, all the good stuff, it has it all. So going to stick here with the prop sites and the PrizePicks board, but just as you can see, it has everything. So the best bets that we're getting probability wise on the board so far today is going to be the over here on shots on goal for Victor Olofsson and Dawson Mercer. Now, I don't like betting on push probability or, over push probability or under push probability bets. It's just annoying. And as you can see here, the sportsbook have them at 1.5 on shots on goal. Obviously, PrizePicks has it bumped up to 2, and so that brings in the push probability. So I don't like it, but if you guys do, you can see that right now the board's favoring the over and push for both of those as the two best bets of the day when it comes to push bets. But for that reason, I like taking off the push potential. I like hitting no, hitting search, and now we can see the best bets that we're getting probability wise without push potential. The first one that we're getting is the points there for Jason Tatum. I don't like that one. The spread is 12-point spread. Obviously, if it's a blowout, most of the time it's going to be because of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown having a good game there, thus the game blown out. But it could be one of those things where the whole Boston team is pretty solid, so you can have a bunch of guys having solid shooting games, and it kind of blows them out, and Jason Tatum doesn't do enough. So for that reason, I'm going to avoid that one. We see a college basketball in here, Javon Quinn over 3.5 assists here for Alabama. I think that's a solid one here. We'll pull them up real fast here on PrizePicks. Javon Quinterly, 3.5 assists. As you can see here, past 2 out of 5 has not hit it. I'm not the last 5 charts person. It doesn't tell the whole game. But you can definitely go to that if you want to. Right now, we're getting the over there. The board's favoring over there, 57.5% chance of hitting. Right now, the odds on DraftKings has it at -160. FanDuel has it -146. So you can see it's pretty solid odds, but I'm going to avoid that. I don't mind the Denny right here, the points and rebounds. Right now, the FanDuel has him at minus 115 to hit over 22.5. And then PrizePicks has him at 21.5 right now. So I think that's a solid one. The reason why, as you can see here, 8-point spread. So obviously the Wizards are without Brad Beal. They're without Kyle Kuzma. So it's pretty much just Porzingis and Denny leading the team in terms of offense. On the Spurs side, a lot of people are questionable, but they should have Trey Jones. They should have Keldon Johnson. So I think those guys match up pretty evenly, I would say. Obviously, Porzingis is probably the best out of those four, but it matches up pretty evenly. But it's one of those things. 8-point spread should be a pretty close game. 228 game total. I don't mind that. So let's just look them up real fast. Let's go to player combos. We'll go to points and rebounds. We'll just see what the juice is at on DraftKings. I think I missed him. Yeah, I scrolled past him. Right now, it's sitting at minus 140 on DraftKings. So yeah, I think that's a solid one there over points and rebounds. He's going to have to play a good amount. We'll pull him up here real fast. As you saw last game, he played 32 minutes, and the game did blow out, so he did lose a few minutes there. But he played 32 minutes. A guy who does not shoot a ton. I mean, he should now that he's the second option. I assume he shoots 10 plus times. As you can see, he's had very solid games here without one of the star players. Not that two of the star players are out. It's him and Porzingis. Wouldn't be surprised here if he sees close to 35 minutes, shoots it 10 plus times. He's a super solid rebounder. He can get to the free throw line as well. And coming off that last game, he had 16, 8, and 6. So he's productive when he's out there. He should get the minutes. He should get the usage. So I don't mind that bet. I think it's a pretty solid one for tonight's game. As we can see here, Walker Kessler is favored a ton on the board right now. I guess it's fine. I don't love it just because there is that chance this game blows out. If we pull up the lines again real fast here, 9.5 point spread. I don't love it because obviously Giannis, power forward, it just a lot of times he's going to run into Walker Kessler. There's that foul trouble with Walker, and he could just not see the minutes there. I mean, if he sees 35 plus minutes, I'd love him to get his over. But right now, as you can see, there's just a chance that he gets 24 minutes and he gets in foul trouble, or he plays, let's see, 19 minutes. There's just that risk that he just get in foul trouble or the game blows out and he loses some minutes. But if you think he gets those minutes and the game stay close, as you can see, he has huge upside. 17, 16, 13 and 10, 17, 10, 10 and 11, 10 and 15. He should be an automatic double player. But that risk is that foul trouble and that blowout potential. So I don't mind that. They are obviously popping up. Points and rebounds is a solid one. PRA. What else did they have for him? PRA is popping up as well. Not sure why it's popping up 2 times there. Oh, because it's the sportsbook discrepancy. But I think one of the first players I'm going to focus on is going to be Steph Curry here. Right now, the best probability bet that we're getting is going to be the rebounds under, but that has push potential. So taking out the push potential, best bet that we are getting is going to be the points and rebounds over there. Board has it right now at a 55.8% chance of hitting. And I do like that one. We'll pull up Steph real fast here. Steph, as you can see, is averaging almost close to 30 points per game and over 6 rebounds per game on the season. And he's just coming off of pretty funky games here, the past 2 out of 3. So versus Memphis, he only scored 16 points, only shot it 15 times. Obviously did not shoot it great. Versus Houston, he had, I think it was 0 points in the first quarter. 0 points in the first quarter. Still got 30. I think he had 0 points in the third quarter too, if I'm not mistaken. So he did all his damage in the second and fourth quarter. And then in this latest one versus Dallas, he did not take a shot in the first 7 minutes of the game. So I'm not really sure what's going on with him, why he's doing that. But we know he's the greatest shooter ever. He's been super solid at getting rebounds the past 4 games, pretty much the whole season as well. So I think his over points and rebounds is pretty solid here. Obviously, the board's favoring it as the best one that doesn't have the push potential. As you can see, PRA is right underneath that with a very solid chance as well. So right now, I do really like Steph Curry here in this matchup. As we can see here, game line, 76ers, 5.5 point spread. Obviously, if there's no Embiid and Harden, both of them are questionable. It does raise the risk of a blowout. But the Warriors are playing at home, so it should be a great game environment here for the Warriors. Finally playing at home. We know they're amazing at home. On the road, they're terrible. And I like Steph here. Obviously, a close game. Going to see 35 plus minutes. Going to shoot the ball, hopefully 20 plus times and actually be aggressive in the first quarter. And I think he easily hits the over here against, Harden defense or Maxey defense, whatever it is, Steph should have his way. So I do like that. Let's pull up his price picks real fast. Go to NBA, pull up Steph. So as I mentioned, I do like the over there on points. I think that's super solid. His PRA, as we saw on the dashboard, is super solid as well. 37.5. Let's move this over real fast. 37.5 right now. FanDuel and PointsBet have him at 38.5. So you can see there's a line of discrepancy there. 1 point. What else do we have here? Fantasy score, that's super, super low. Not really sure why that's so low. 42.5. So I like Steph, as you guys can tell, a lot today. I think I'm going to roll with just his points or rebounds. Which one do I want? I think I'm going to do points and rebounds, but I love his points. I like his points and assists, his fantasy score. All those look very, very solid there. So I do like all of that here today. And if we just pull up the straight bet for his points and rebounds here on DK Sportsbook, where'd it go? Player combos, points, rebounds. We'll pull up Steph here. He is sitting at minus 120 to hit over 31.5. And if you don't like that, if you just want to go straight up points, we can pull him up here. He's sitting at minus 135 to hit over 26.5 points. So Steph is going to be my first pick of the day. Going to hit the over there of 31.5 points, but I do like all these other lines as well. I think the second pick I'm going to focus in on here is I'm trying to decide between Fox and Anthony Davis. The reason is because I think both those games are going to stay close. On a board where there's a lot of blow potential, I do like targeting that Phoenix game. As you can see, the over-under is almost 240, so there should be a ton of scoring there. The Kings are favored by 3.5. And the Thunder-Lakers game, 5.5 point spread there, so that should be a 232.5 game total. Another high-scoring game there as well. So I like targeting Fox. I like targeting Anthony Davis. I think both of them are solid. As we can see with Fox, coming off three out of the past 4 games for him have not been the best in terms of scoring. 18 points, 5 to 16, not the best there. 6 to 12, obviously a blowout, only 26 minutes. Did great against Utah, and then came back down to earth against Boston. Obviously a good defensive team. Blowout there, so he did lose like a quarter of run. Only scored 18. So I like buying in on Fox there. If you want to go to some of his props right now, he's sitting at 26.5 points. His assists is at 5.5. That kind of interests me. His rebounds is kind of favored right now, but there's that push potential at 4. So I have some interest in him, as well as Anthony Davis, who going against OKC, I think it's a fantastic matchup. Darvin Ham talked about how he's an idiot because in their most recent game, they were just not giving Anthony Davis the ball in the first half. He had 6 shots in the first half. He was 3 of 6 with like 7 points. And then obviously in the second half, he really turned it on, 20 points in the second half. He should be shooting 20, 25 plus times a game. He should be going for like 40 and 20 on OKC tonight. Fantastic matchup here. So I love Anthony Davis as well. I think I'm going to lean towards him. Obviously with no LeBron, going to carry the load for this team here. Play close to 40 minutes. I'd expect 20 plus shots, especially after Darvin Ham made that public comment about how he's an idiot and that he changed the game plan up in the second half and said, yeah, we're going to feed Anthony Davis the ball. So I like the over here for points on Anthony Davis. Let's pull him up here real fast on the dashboard. As you can see right now, the board actually favors his over rebounds at 13.5 right now is his best one. But I'm going to go with the points there. 26.5. I'm going to hit the over on his points. I think it's just too low for a guy his caliber level of player going against OKC. No bigs. I think they called up Pokusevski too. So Anthony Davis should absolutely feast on the centers here for OKC. Love the over there of 26.5 points. As I mentioned, I do like Fox as well. He looks pretty good in a bunch of his props. Right now the board's favoring his rebounds. Obviously, it has a push potential. His assists look solid, and then I'd look to his points and assists or just points overall. I think those are pretty solid. But yeah, right now on the board, going to be sticking with Stephen Curry over 31.5 points in rebounds, and then Anthony Davis over 26.5 points. I will say the only risk there with Steph is that Harden and Embiid both get ruled out. Hopefully that doesn't happen, and that we can get 2 stars, 2 studs, and 2 primetime matchups in terms of just their matchups overall. So that's what I like for today. Steph Curry over 31.5 points and rebounds, and Anthony Davis over 26.5 points. Hopefully, we get, two clean, solid games there, and these guys have the ability to hit their over. So, if you guys like the video, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what your guys are going with, what you're rolling with on the board today. Obviously, all these props can change. We can get better value odds. We can get worse value odds depending on how the day goes. There's a ton of chaos probably going to happen in NBA. So definitely keep an eye out on that. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on my Twitter. Hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.